we should educate them instead of relying on incinerate.
I think it's our citizens' responsibility.
If we don't change our lifestyle, then we will pay for what we do.
Yes.
This is what we do every day. We eat, we drink, we shop, we study. However, have you ever thought about what will be left behind? Imagine every time you dine out. Where will the disposable plates and chopsticks go? After your shopping, how many plastic bags are you dumping in the rubbish bin? Have you ever considered that you actually can recycle the used papers?
Every day we generate tons and tons of waste, but we are not living in a magic world. No magical spell can make the waste disappear. So where will they go eventually? Probably not many people think about that seriously before they throw away rubbish, because they think the rubbish will never show up again. In fact, it is really out of sight, out of mind.
Hong Kong is now facing a big problem in solid waste management. In 2009, around 9,000 tons of municipal waste were disposed in landfills every day. According to the Environmental Protection Department, the landfill sites will be full in 9 years' time if waste levels continue to increase at current levels.
This latest has urged the government to tackle this problem by introducing different techniques. For example, the incinerator lets waste to decrease the volume of waste. In the long run, the ultimate solution is the reduction of waste produced and the recycling of waste produced whenever possible.
To prevent Hong Kong from being flooded by rubbish in future, our new generation must build up their recycling habits, which is the ultimate measure to reduce waste production. As the future pillar of society, university students will be our best choice to investigate whether Hong Kong will have a bright future or not. In the following experiment, we will limit our investigation within the Computer Service Center in the City University of Hong Kong and focus on the recycling practice of the center users. As an access-limited region, the center is the best place for us to explore the CTU students' and officers' attitudes towards waste disposal and recycling habits. We will conduct a 3-day experiment measuring the volume of rubbish from time 12:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. 5 rubbish bins along the main corridor in the CSC will be monitored. They are located at the entrance, outside the printing room, and at the ends of the corridor. These bins, in fact, are the most obvious bins that can be found in the main pathway in the CSC. They have inner diameter 41 centimeters with height 59 centimeters. So how is the result? Let's check it out.
From these tables, we can see the total amount of waste being disposed in the 3 zones. Around 120 liters of waste was found in the designated rubbish bin in working days, while only about 40 liters of waste was found in these bins on Sunday. The difference of the amount between work days and holidays is so obvious due to the change in human flow on Sunday. In these rubbish bins, we can find different kinds of recyclable waste, most are papers and plastic bottles. There's one point which catches our attention. At the end of the corridor, where a recycle bin for paper is set, we can still find paper being dumped into the rubbish bins we are looking at. In this experiment, we found an interesting phenomenon, that even though there is a recycle bin placed next to a printer or normal bin, we still found recyclables, mainly paper, disposed in the normal one or just left behind on the printer. This gave us a hint that inconvenience is not the sole reason for people not practicing recycling. Possibly, they may even have no idea either where the recycle bins are placed or what the function of the bin next to the printer is. Also, we found that CSC only have recycle bins for paper, while no bins are specialized for plastic bottles and cans. Of course, drinking or eating is not allowed in CSC, so the need to place recycle bins for bottles and cans would not be that strong. But people need to drink water, so placing recycle bins for bottles is feasible.
This time, we have invited several students for an interview.
So the first question is, do you have recycling habits?
Yes, I always throw any recyclable rubbish in the recycling bin. So I think we have a responsibility to environmental friendly for the world. So I always do it.
Do you think that CTU has enough recycle bins for people to recycle their waste?
Maybe. I think there's quite many recycling bins in CTU. We can find it everywhere.
But do you know that in CSC there's only recycle bins for papers only?
Really? I don't know that.
Okay, so do you guys have any opinion about the present situation of Hong Kong waste problem? Waste problem affect us very greatly. I live in Tseung Kwan O. The landfill smell very awful. Affect me too much. And I think if we don't change our lifestyle, then we will pay for what we do.
Yes.
Do you have any recycling habits?
Yes, my mom will collect some cans and paper in my home. So my family love to recycle.
Do you think this is the key solution to solve the waste problem?
I think it's our citizens' responsibility.
Okay, thank you. As mentioned in the discussion part, the recycling practice is not effective in CTU. If we use this result to represent the whole Hong Kong, absolutely, most of the recyclable waste will be disposed in the landfills. But this only includes paper, plastic, and cans. The practice on other kinds is still way behind other countries. For example, glass recycling is well practiced in Taiwan and Japan, where the rate is over 19%, while Hong Kong only recycle 1% of that. If we still have the mindset of out of sight, out of mind, these beautiful landscapes will only be used for the storage of rubbish. Hello, do you think CSC have enough
However, the ultimate source of the standardization is waste generation. It will settle if waste products whenever possible.